what up, baby? Welcome back. And right now you on Guala Music New Hype. And if you real aware of it, baby, you know I keep it lit, huh? So right now, man, we on where? Afrocentric TV. Keyword Afro, baby. You know what I mean? And we got our new guest on. You know what I mean? Most beautiful, wonderful, admirable, one of the two, right? So introduce yourself to the people, man, because I'm ready to ask you a couple of hot questions. You feel me?
Yes, of course. So my name is Makia. I go by Kia Nicole on all of my social media platforms. But I'm a realtor here in Houston, Texas, and I kind of dab in a lot of things. So real estate is my primary focus, but I also do credit restoration for my clients because a lot of times, you know, I'll meet people that are wanting to buy, or even if they're wanting to lease, and their credit, you know, may be less than perfect. So I help coach them through what they need to do in order to get to that buying process.
Oh, you're doing coaching, huh?
Of course, yeah, because there's nothing worse than having to pay more money to get into a home or to get into that, you know, that new apartment that you want to get to because your credit isn't where it needs to be. So I help with that entire package of getting my clients to where they want to be.
That's amazing. But you know, I've been reviewing your business for a while, right? And I've been seeing it, you know what I'm saying? It's not that it's up and down, but you got a good quality, you know what I mean? You switch it up a little bit, you flip it up a little bit, and you always come back to, you know, just the formation of like, okay, I'm a queen, right? So that's one of the reasons why we got you out here. You feel like that? Do you feel like you're a queen?
I do, and I'm glad that you actually brought that up because in the beginning when I first started with real estate,
I gotta listen to
going
this.
into going into just training classes, because I really wanted to make sure that I understood what I was getting myself into. I wanted to be well trained by professionals to make sure that at every step of the process I was going to be well equipped for my clients. And the conversation of social media came up because it's such a huge platform for realtors or any entrepreneur, any business that you have. Social media is a great source of marketing and getting out there. And day one, it's always been, you know, they want you to keep your personal life and your business very separate. And for me, that just never really made sense, you know, because people like to do business with people that they feel connected to, that they like, that they enjoy being around. So I figured what better way to let my clients get to know a little bit more about me before they actually meet me and start working with me than to merge the two together. So like you said, on my social media, I'm very open. It's more of a lifestyle type of blog, I guess you would call it.
Blogger.
More of like a lifestyle type of blog on social media, so that it's not so much business all the time every day. I'm able to really connect to my followers, and honestly, social media has been a really great source of referrals for new business for me.
So let me, you know, you said something about, you know what, we're going to scratch that. Well, we're going to go back to this here, right? What made you interested in having your interview on this show?
Well, honestly, I wanted to just expand my network. So just to give you a little bit more about me, I'm originally from Chicago.
From where?
Chicago, Chi-Town.
Chi-Town,
South
baby.
Side.
You know, that's crazy, not to cut you off, right? Because a lot of people don't know where I get my name from. But Chi-Town actually gave me my name. You know, they gave me a call. Hey, man, who is this guy, Guala? And I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty dope. So I'm going to definitely go with it. Tell me this. When did you move from Chi-Town, or, you know, where have you been at, and, you know?
Yeah, where have I? I've been kind of bouncing around. Well, let me explain. So, born and raised in South Side of Chicago. Went to school in Iowa. I went to the University of Iowa.
University of Iowa.
University of Iowa. So all the way up north. I mean, still Midwest, but a little bit further north. Graduated, got a degree in mathematics and statistics.
You look like you probably would have dropped out. You said. I'm just playing.
I graduated. We get degrees.
High five.
Alpha woman. We get degrees.
Alpha, baby.
And shortly after I graduated, I moved down to St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. Throw your L up, Louisiana, St. Louis. I mean, you know, H-Town, baby. Keep going with it, though.
As I moved to St. Louis, I started in corporate America, did the whole corporate thing for about 3.5 years. And it just honestly wasn't for me. I grew up in a household where my family always told me, you know, follow your dreams, do what makes you happy, and never let someone determine your future. And honestly, I felt like corporate America was that was an avenue where I would never be able to be in control.
Okay, so it's interesting that you brought that up because that's was one of the things about what this show is about. You know, Guala Music, New Hype. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying about what's going on in corporate America. You know, they pitch out a certain picture about us. And, you know, I know back in the game, you know what I mean? Back when you talk about 1994, 95, you know, it was kind of pretty much right. But we're doing a whole new different thing out here right now, us as a people in our community. And that's one of the things that really piqued my interest about you and your business, right? You really have an amazing business because we're looking to buy a new house, right? So I'm like, okay, let me see what it's talking about. What made you decide to start a business in corporate America that basically give us as a people the short end of the stick?
Well, like I said, like corporate America wasn't an avenue where I knew that I would be able to blossom and flourish and really have autonomy over, you know, what my future would look like.
Okay.
My mother is a real estate broker back in Chicago, so
Really?
she was my first introduction into real estate, what a realtor is, what that client-realtor relationship looks like.
Okay.
So I've been basically being molded for my real estate career since I was a child. So when I made the transition, it really wasn't a difficult decision to make because I knew that this was something that I've been watching my entire life, and it was just I felt like it was just time for me to go ahead, spread my wings, and kind of just go out there and get started.
Spread your wings.
Yeah.
I definitely like that terminology, right? Just spread your wings, because that's one of the things that I love our guests here on this show, man, because it shows that we're picking and choosing, and not only picking and choosing, that they're actually choosing us to actually work with, because some of the questions that I want to ask y'all are already answering, right? It's like about the youth, right? And it's about the family, right? You know what I'm saying? By your mother showing you that, you know what I mean? And you gravitating towards that. And right now your business is very productive, I might add.
Thank
you know what I mean? That's what we're here to do, actually inspire the people who think that they don't have a chance. Because when you turn on the news every day, you know what I mean?
It's depressing.
I know, right? And then you go on social media every day, it's just like, you know, it's going viral with what's going on in the hood. But what we doing right now is actually going on in the hood. I'm from the hood. I come from the hood. And I'm an entrepreneur myself, right? What obstacles did you go through, you know what I mean, after you did from Chi-Town to St. Louis and then to Houston, especially in college? I know it was kind of real lit, right? You know?
It's another story.
That's another story. Okay, good, definitely understandable. So what was your struggle? You know, I know it wasn't just a walk in the park. You know what I mean? I see a diamond and pressure creates diamonds, so you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that struggle.
So you're absolutely right. It definitely has not been a walk in the park for me. Just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. Even you said going back to college, I had no idea what career path I wanted to be in. You know, a lot of times I envy those my colleagues in college that came into college, knew exactly I want to be a doctor. So they had a career path basically laid out for them. I had no idea what I wanted to do, so I kind of stumbled around, you know, that second year, almost third year in college, and math just stuck. I didn't even know that I was good at math, and that's kind of how I stuck.
Listen, she said math. You know one thing, Guala Music, baby, we gonna do numbers. So look, check it out, right? I just got a quick question that I want to ask you, right? What would you tell the youth in a short, brief description about what they should do at this moment to prepare themselves for the future?
You should honestly listen to what your inner self is telling you. You're going to have a lot of outside influences. They may even be your parents, family members, friends that'll tell you this is the path that you should go on, or I think that this is best for you. And honestly, you need to listen to what makes you happy. Because honestly, you don't want to ever be in a position where you're doing something to fulfill someone else's dream that they think is best for you. You want to do something that excites you. You want to be excited when you get up to go to work in the morning. And you honestly don't want it to feel like work either. You want it to be something that you enjoy. You see,
listen, man, I'm telling you right now, man, check this out, man. You on Guala Music, man. Believe the hype. And who I'm sitting right here right now with, a real multitasking future multi-millionaire, man. We'll be right back, man. Stay lit, man. Believe the hype. H-Town, stand up. Yeah. And guess what, man? We're back, man. Definitely. It's really an honor to have you here as our guest.
Thank you.
Because, you know, what I've been doing, one of the reasons why I started this show is because by me being an entrepreneur and just really striving and pushing for against all odds and oppositions, and being able to just do it and not having to, but being forced to have to do everything myself, is really a real, you know, it seems like a real dark place, and I know I can't be the only one that you know that goes through that. And just day by day, month by month, year by year, I'm beginning to have accomplishments that actually brought me to being on this show. So, you know, with your business doing that as it does, I want to know, like, after you went through those struggles, what was your first major accomplishment here in Houston?
I would say that my first major accomplishment was closing my first deal. Like you said, that being an entrepreneur, it has its ups and downs. A lot of people think that you'll just go on this, you know, exponential, you know, growth plan where you're just constantly, you know, thriving, and, you know, we post, you know, our successes, but no one really sees the, you know, the struggles that we go through behind the scenes.
Definitely.
And I definitely had a pretty difficult start to real estate. I mean, I moved out here. I moved out here last year in June, 2018 in June, and got my license 2 months later. So I don't know anyone. I don't have a sphere or network of people that I can lean on and say, hey, you know, do you know anybody that's wanting to buy or sell their house?
I know, right?
You know, so I really had to just start from nothing, and it took time. I had to really be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I forced myself to network, meet new people, just really know that I have to trust God in this process because I'm not in control of any of it. And I told myself, you know what you're gonna have to do is focus on one thing that you can do in real estate. And I said, you know, I'm gonna do open houses.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great way for me to get in front of people, and that's how I met my first client.
It's crazy, man, because I've been seeing, you know, your posts, and you actually be selling some great estates or properties, whatever you want to call them, right? I'm like, okay, this making me really want to stay in Houston because I didn't know they had houses that good in those certain areas.
There are so many hidden gems around Houston. It's amazing. Like the properties that I've been able to see are just absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely gorgeous.
Some of them I was like, that must be her house because you just be.
No.
Okay.
No.
So answer this, right? After you made your first accomplishment, how did you feel being in corporate? Because you actually in corporate America right now. You know, you're doing your own thing. And it's actually on a, you know, it look white collar to me, you know what I mean?
Does it?
It does, man. So, you know, I see a lot of different qualities in it, and of course in your customer service.
Thank you.
Of course of your brand, the way you brand yourself, you know, because we talk about branding, we talk about you having management.
Very important.
Because
very
guess
important.
what? She's also a model. She's not just a realtor, you know what I mean? She's also a modeler, credit repairs. I mean, so, you know, basically she's multitasking, man. You know, I always flip that up, right? So let me ask you this question. Who inspired you besides your mother to this very point to keep going?
Outside of my mother, that's really difficult because she has been a huge inspiration. I'll give you a little snippet of why she's just been so important and so impactful.
Okay.
She's literally, so like I get a lot of questions from people on social media because I post a lot of things about my journey in real estate, and a lot of people are, you know, inspired by that, and they ask me questions, and I'll tell them, you know, you need to have a why. Why are you doing this? What is helping you to get up in the morning? What's pushing you to keep going? And my why is truly my mother. She was diagnosed with breast cancer late last year, and you know, by the time that they caught it, it was already stage 3. So she just was phenomenal throughout the entire process. You know, she understood you know, what she needed to do, and she just really buckled down and did what she needed. And throughout that entire process, she was still selling real estate. She was still getting up, getting clients, making it happen, closing deals. I mean, you know, she is cancer-free today, so thank you.
Man,
thank you, Jesus.
That's definitely a blessing.
Definitely a blessing. But
Salute to Jesus, man.
Right, throughout that entire process, she was just a truly exemplary realtor and showing me that, you know, no matter what life throws at you, literally, no matter what, you can still make things happen for yourself. So outside, I couldn't even think of a bigger person than my mother right now.
That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope because my mom, she was, you know, it's a blessing because I really feel blessed for you because I lost my mom to cancer. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely against cancer. Like, I'm definitely like, you know, so I'm happy for you that your mom is cancer free. It really put a smile on my heart. So let's switch it up a little bit. You know, give them a little remix right quick since she on the new hype. You know, I turns up, you understand what I'm saying?
Gosh.
And you know, by this show being a new hype, obviously you're a new hype, you know what I mean, that we got to believe in, right? Why are you a hype that we should believe in?
Well, you should believe in me because number one, my biggest focus and my biggest push in real estate is to educate young Black professionals. I want to make sure that you understand that, you know, getting your first home is a great, you know, accomplishment, right? It's a huge milestone that you're going to be making, but it's also an investment in your future, right? Because while you're renting, I know a lot of us, we start off as renters, right? You know, we get out of college or whatever the case may be, we get out on our own, we're renting in the beginning, but knowing that there is an end goal to get into that home and knowing that once you know, complete that lease term, you may or may not get a deposit. But say you're in a home and this is 10, 15 years from now, you're walking away with equity that was built up into that home. And now you can use that however you so choose, whether it's to purchase another home, to get an investment property. So there's a lot of different layers to real estate, and I know a lot of us young millennials, young professionals, we don't know. We don't know a lot of that. So my goal is really to, you know, to educate every buyer that works with me. Number one, you're going to be an educated buyer. You're going to understand the process fully, and it's going to be, we're creating a friendship, right? I want you to feel comfortable with me and knowing that I'm helping guide you properly through this process. That's
amazing. Key word, equity, baby.
Equity, yes.
Make sure you get on your equity game, you know what I'm saying? And that's the new hype. So check this out, right? I'm really just digging the interview because I hear your intellect is pretty, you know, pretty smooth, right? What is like your 2 best PowerPoints to your business?
My 2 best PowerPoints. Okay. Number one, again, you know, being financially literate and understanding, you know, how to manage your finances is very, very important. So outside of just, you know, being your realtor, helping you restore your credit, being financially responsible is something that I truly push. And probably my second PowerPoint is just understanding real estate in the terms of helping, you know, create generational wealth for your future and for your future family. That's very, very important to me because, you know, when you think about some of the successful people, whether it's in, you know, strictly corporate America, entertainment, you know, singers, actors, you know, they have multiple streams of income. And when you look at those different avenues, real estate is always one of them. So why aren't we tapping into that, and why aren't we getting a piece of that pie? Because we all deserve that, and it just takes a little bit of education. It takes a little bit of reaching out to the right people, learning, humbling yourself, being quiet and listening, and we can all be very, very successful. It just takes, you know, a couple steps, and you can be on your way to having a very, very wealthy, you know, preparing yourself for a very
productive future.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So that's what we do over here at Guala Music, man. Right now we on this Believe the Hype new show, man, and one of the hypes to believe is in America. The last time I checked, there's over 21 million Black sisters who runs their own business. That's hype, right? And they have over 15 million African American men that owns productive businesses. Might I add, I'm one of them, you know what I mean? That's why I'm on Afrocentric TV, baby, channel 15.8. But in closing, if there was anything that piqued your interest about Guala Music and his TV show, what would it be?
How expansive are you going? What are some of the other avenues that you want to tap into? So I know that you're looking at a lot of different entrepreneurs. Are there any other avenues that you're looking in, exploring, and expanding in?
Definitely it is, man. The avenues that we're looking into basically is marketing.
Okay.
That is actually one of my new things that I'm doing is actually marketing and definitely investing. You know, in this game, in this business, I had a lot of people that we did proposals to, business proposals, and we showed that our business was literally generating money, but they didn't want to invest into us, even though they saw that it was a very productive product. You know what I mean? Because I am a product. I'm a walking billboard, baby. You know what I mean? But on the other note, it's about really helping people because really nobody wanted to really assist me to get to where it was I was trying to go but God. But now in the process of giving love, appreciating people, and being positive, sisters and brothers and other people just of other colors as well is actually sponsoring, endorsing, and helping us grow. So what we want to do is we want to be a funnel or a well to the community where people could come in and they may be investing their time or whatever it may be. It don't have to be money to where we produce fruits in the youth and actually just empowering our people. And when I say our people, I don't just mean colored people. I mean people who are in unity throughout all different races who doing magnificent things like yourself. So definitely we love having you on the show.
Thank
you know
you
what I
so
mean?
much.
And one thing we're gonna do about it, we're gonna keep it real, man. What is your business contact? Social media, number, website, you know what I mean? Let them know where they can find you.
So on social media, I go by Kia Nicole, Kianichol. So that's Instagram, Facebook, wherever. You can call me at 773-469-3440, and we can set up a consultation, and I can get you in your home.
And you know what this is, baby. Guala Music, new hype, Afrocentric TV, and we gonna always turn up. Stay tuned.